Hey, the music is pumping,
What's
baby.
up, guys? Welcome to the beautiful shores of the Great Lakes. I'm Josh Cribbs.
And I'm Maria Cribbs, and you are watching The Return
The
with Josh
Return,
and Maria
baby.
Cribbs. And where we at, baby?
Big Play. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
Christmas
Yes,
is almost
indeed.
here. I'm getting nervous.
You're nervous about Christmas? Why
I
are you
have
nervous?
not done one lick of Christmas shopping.
Or
and
you
we're
usually been the
a week
Grinch.
out.
Krampus, I don't think Krampus
Is
is
that-
usually out there in the streets, shopping and doing good works.
That's extreme calling me Krampus. Now, Grinch, I'm like, okay, Grinch is cute.
So you're
green.
okay.
I'm okay with Grinch. Krampus, he's a monster.
Maria's okay with being called the Grinch. But Krampus, that's just a step too
That's
far.
a step too far. Now you're crossing the line,
Now
buddy.
you're crossing the line.
Have you done any Christmas shopping?
I've done a lot of Christmas shopping. I've
Well,
done
you
a
are
lot
the
of
one
Christmas
putting up
shopping.
Christmas trees by
I
yourself.
put the Christmas tree
and you're
up,
lonesome.
the ornaments, the designs, everything. And you didn't, yeah.
Have you always been in the Christmas spirit? Like, do you since a kid, was it like a big thing
Our
for you?
daughter has, got me into doing that. Even when we didn't want to.
Mm-hmm.
We need a Christmas tree. I'm like, all right, kids. Even though they, iffy on,
Right.
the Santa and sleigh, whatever. We still celebrate it for our children.
Right.
And to be in the good mood of the Christmas spirit.
Okay. Do you feel like it doesn't count? Because it's cold out here in Cleveland and the snow has finally dropped. Like, it's here.
Okay.
Do
we
you
know.
feel like it's not the same if you don't have snow on Christmas?
I
Because
do.
you're from D.C. They don't.
We got
look,
snow on
in DC
Christmas in D.C. We got
What?
snow a lot.
Every time I went to go visit you in D.C., it was like that icy, rainy mix.
Yeah,
It wasn't
that-
really snow.
That too.
So this don't count. I ain't got to get no Christmas shopping because it ain't snowing out here.
That is hilarious. Okay. I want to hop into some Browns.
We know you do. I'm trying to stall you out.
You try so hard to stall me. She be like, I'm going to just stall them out
You're
on
like,
some
can we
Browns
please hear us
football.
about the Browns? Right. It's a celebration week.
It is.
It's a victory week.
A victory week.
They won on Sunday.
Again, it's another one of those games to whereas I needed heart medication. I had to turn the television off.
The cardiac kids are back.
The cardiac kids 2.0
Right.
in full effect.
Uh-huh.
I literally had to turn the TV off.
Yeah.
When we were down 10 points, turned the TV off, came back to the TV, turned it on. Then I had to go on TV.
Uh-huh.
And we were down. It wasn't looking good. We had just made a mistake. It was when Flacco fumbled the ball. He got hit and fumbled the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
I got up and I decompressed.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked away from the game for temporarily.
Okay. You got to cut it off completely. You just can't press mute. You have to cut the TV off completely. You can't just be like, let me just, pew, mute
Yeah, I
it.
feel like I'm losing my mind sometimes.
Okay.
Like I get to I can't play no more.
Right.
And I feel like I can just go sub in.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I can just
you probably can tap into that.
I feel
part
like
of your
I
body.
can.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm being drawn into, especially because it was a home game.
Yeah.
I felt so much. This excitement was in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the game, we're talking about Browns football, and we're talking about, I wanted to hop into talking about Myles Garrett being held like he was. He came out and said that he was being held, Maria, and he got fined $25,000.
No.
The NFL.
Like
For criticizing.
25,000,000.
$25,000.
Because I was going to just say, why don't Myles Garrett just come on the show and come talk about how you being held and they not calling all those holding calls on you?
The NFL gonna be like,
He can't speak up about it?
You think you gonna go on the crib show and then we not gonna see? Yeah, y'all on Bally's. We see,
Wait a minute.
Send him another fine.
Pause.
He gonna get a FedEx.
Pause. He's not allowed to state the obvious?
He's not allowed to criticize the company that he works for.
Are they not holding on Myles Garrett, Josh? Have you seen it? You are a professional. You are considered like a doctor of football. Are they holding on Myles Garrett?
I'm no longer employed by the NFL. They're holding.
You can't find us, baby.
They're holding.
You can't find us
I
no
wish
more.
I had
We free.
a flag, because I would throw a flag right now. I would throw. Give me your yellow underwears that you got on. The panties.
I got on a lacy up. It's like, no. I got on some cotton. I got some granny panties on.
Give me the yellow granny panties, because we would throw a flag. They're holding him. They are strangling Myles Garrett. And
But what's up with the refs not calling it?
And you know what? They said that he is a type of a player that he's so elite. It has to be extenuating circumstances for them to call a penalty on Myles Garrett. It has to be clear and obvious.
That's messed. That's
and
not
present.
fair. That's not
like,
fair.
oh yeah, everybody in the world will see that this is holding.
It's clear and obvious to us at home.
Because he's such a good athlete.
But that's not fair.
It's definitely not fair.
Because I'm so dang on good, y'all going to just overlook what y'all would call on somebody who's subpar or not up to my caliber. That's wrong.
I get that. It's just the fact that Miles has, he's trying to reach certain goals. And if he is continually held, that hinders him from achieving goals.
Because he's trying to make Defensive Player of the Year. So how does that mess up his chances?
Tremendously.
Okay.
Because you can't. It's based on stats. We all know that. They're chasing sacks. Mm-hmm. They're chasing sacks and unbelievable stats. And he had that going for him. He jumped over the line on kickoff. On field goal block team. Yeah. Blocked the field goal.
Right.
Superhuman. He had a lock. If he could just keep up those sacks, he'd be a lock for it.
Right.
But he's getting held so much. So it's out there now that the refs aren't calling hold. You can get away with holding Myles Garrett ever so slightly. Let's hold him. And when the camera's taking the pictures,
mm-hmm.
and you see these pictures come out, and he's being
clearly holding him.
Clearly. He's free.
Clear.
And you can see the video.
Stevie Wonder can see that Myles Garrett is being held.
Throwing flags.
So
at
hold
home, watching the game.
This is my take, though. If I know I'm going to get fined $25,000 anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say something to the refs. Go ahead, Garrett. Say something to him. Go ahead.
No.
Let them know what time. You're going to get fined anyway.
Why is he going to get fined anyway?
Because if he gets fined for speaking out to the media, why not
go
straight up to the ref who ain't calling the holding?
Because that's going to be even more fine.
You got to go like this. You got to walk up to him like this. Like, hey, let me holler at you,
son.
Now
you trying to get him ejected from the game.
No, we don't want that.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No.
Nah. Just can't stay in the media. The fans will be.
Hey, let me holler at you, son.
They can't throw flags on us. we got your back, Miles. We'll keep throwing flags on.
We got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, y'all.
We are the return.
Let's go.
In downtown Cleveland.
Now, I met Myles Garrett at a Cavs game, and I will say he is a very soft-spoken gentleman. I can't see him going up to the ref like, hey, let me holler at you right quick, huh? Come here, player.
Nah, that's not his style. Because he's such a he'll tower over a ref.
That's not your style either. Why are football players so... Y'all really maybe y'all get all that anger and aggression out on the field in y'all's daily life. Y'all pretty zen.
The greatest players are the most softest spoken.
Yeah, y'all some teddy bears.
You know why? Because we expel all our energy on the field during the whistles.
Right.
So then you got guys that talk too much. Mm-hmm. It's only a few of them.
Like you ain't working hard enough. Y'all running y'all's mouth too much. Y'all ain't working hard enough on that field.
There are only a few that can run their mouth and do it as well.
Right.
It's only a few. I did want to hop into the angry runs. Did you see this morning? It was on GMFB.
I saw it on Good Morning Football.
And it was from David Njoku.
Yeah.
Went up to a fan. And there it go right there. And, and the kid, his name is Cameron Yeager. Yeager.
Ooh.
He had the angry runs from the previous week.
Right.
Had it on his chest. And then they brought him on TV. And I loved his interview. And that's good because David Njoku actually tweeted to Cal Brandt from Good Morning Football to have Cameron Yeager on the show.
Right.
So they had him on this morning. And
but hold on, though. You're missing the caveat of this. When they had him on, guess whose jersey they had in the background in his living room, dog? He had that 1-6, that Josh Cribbs jersey right there, framed and everything, baby. Right. So we need to have him on our show.
Yeah, he did. And I'm going to look for Cameron Yeager.
Yeah.
Because
I'm going to look for some Jägermeister.
Some Jägermeister.
You got it with a last name like Yeager. You got to have some Jägermeister. You know he done has some Jaeger bombs.
Hey, I want you so funny. But I do want to hop into the game. That was a lot going on right there. With David Njoku having the angry runs. Because David Njoku then turned around and had, I want to say, arguably the best game of his career with the Browns right now.
Right.
And that was just amazing.
Right.
I love to see that from the Chief because he was due.
Mm-hmm.
He's due to be that monster to take over like that on the offense side of the ball.
But we can get back to him because you got an unsung hero on the line.
I do, don't I?
You want to holler out? Yeah, you want to bring him in? We got a special guest for y'all.
Hero.
All right.
Let me put my
put your headphones on, baby.
Man. In the building, I want to welcome Notre Dame's own JOK, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Hey,
what's up,
welcome
baby?
to the show.
Peace, family. How y'all feeling?
We
Man,
feeling, we doing well.
good now.
Yeah, we good to have you on the show. How you enjoying your day
Yeah.
off, man?
Day smooth. I've been relaxing, reading, chilling, watching some film. So it's
I
been a
don't
good
know.
day.
I don't know what room he in,
I'm
but it
about to
sound
say,
expensive.
Jer-
It ain't echoing or
his
nothing.
room,
I know.
his room sound expensive. JOK got that pleasurable sounding voice. Don't he got a radio voice?
He got
where he
got insulation in that room.
Yeah, funny.
got that smooth like
Yeah,
let me holler at you, baby.
Right.
Yeah, they call me JOK.
You know, with
Yeah.
them garments he be wearing, he can get it just about anybody now.
You know what? Let's go into that first.
Okay.
Oh, can we go into that, Ryan? I want to go into his garments, and I took a bunch of pictures down from your social media, and
Ooh,
talk
that
about that, man, because
ice cold.
I love it. I almost, Maria, want to have like special garments for fans.
Yeah.
That they can wear in to celebrate JOK. Like, oh yeah, I got my JOK on
Look
today.
at that. Look at that.
Like,
When
did you start? When did you start? For this year, when did you say, you know what, I'm about to do this? Like, I'm gonna have it, cause you didn't just get
did
them.
you start off doing that in 2021?
Yeah, I started a little bit. I mean, I had some traditional wear that I would wear, but it was more like print that kind of was a bit more modern, not necessarily so much more traditional. But this year, after that Kente kind of blew up in Ghana and everywhere
Yes.
else, I was like,
And
all right, let me see if I could leverage this and give the people what the people need at a time of lost identity. So
yes.
Oh, he said at a time of lost
I
identity.
love it.
Are those custom made?
yeah, so all of them were custom made, except for the first Kente was more of a print type of make. It's still a custom, but the purple Kente is the authentic Kente. Yeah.
I want to see some more. We put some more, cause I see all the guys, and we had some of your brothers on there, on here, Emerson
Beautiful.
and
Emerson.
Greg Newsom,
Yeah.
and all these guys like to dress, but
Yeah.
and you know how the camera always show you guys, coming into the locker room. I'm like, man, what JOK gonna have on? I'm like, oh, he
Something,
looking like
something.
royalty.
Yes.
We got
He
royalty
is
coming
royalty.
down. Is that also a testament? Because you spoke on it. You was like, a lot of times, in this time where we're losing our identities.
Yeah.
Are you sending a message out as well with your dress?
Yeah, I think that Amilcar Cabral, one of the African revolutionaries, said it best. I think he said that before you have a revolution, right, it's always a cultural revolution. And I think that for us as a people, specifically here in the diaspora, cultural revolution is what you are kind of seeing as you see more players get into it. You're seeing more artists get into it. Afrobeats is becoming a huge thing as we move more and more to the Burna Boys and the Wiz, right?
Yes.
So I think that the cultural revolution is in all parts, whether it's dress, artists, thought process, ideologies, sometimes theology, right?
Right.
So I think that all goes into that, and for my teammates to acknowledge that, and for a lot of them even to make this Ghana trip coming up soon. We're heading to Ghana soon.
Hold on, we going to Ghana? Hold on, wait a minute now.
Y'all ain't say nothing.
We going to Ghana?
Am I on the email list?
Hold on, we going
We
back
gotta
home,
hack
baby.
hack
We
the
going back home.
accounts, and then we gotta get on the trip.
So I got.
We just gonna see
See, I
when
know
the
I do the
dates are, and then we
annual
just gonna tag along, act like we with them.
Hold on, we going back to Ghana?
So we do the annual camp over there.
I ain't know that. Nope.
Yeah. Annual camp in Ghana. This year will be more scaled on the higher end. So we'll have about 200 people. Try to be at the stadium, and it should be really vibrant. I wanted a couple of the teammates. Emerson, AWOL, Greg Newsom, Z, Coop, Eli.
Wow.
I want a couple of the teammates that have really showed their appreciation not only for the continent, but the results of the continent. Also, I want to get them involved. So I think that's a good way to start that consciousness wave going on. So
That's amazing.
Ain't no conscience. They going back home. What you mean? We would all be dressing like that if it wasn't for So just
He said,
I'm glad to see you. Connecting back and
said if
showing
it
us the
wasn't
way to
for-
do it right now. I needed some jollof rice, so I
You
gotta
know
go
what?
to Ghana
He
with them.
teaching us on that.
Yeah,
That's-
you are.
that's
I love how
teaching
deep
it.
you are. Have you always been like that? It's hard to be like
Well,
that in this type of society. So I'm amazed. I'm intrigued with how deep you are in your thought and your consciousness.
Yeah, it's always a process. I think that growing up, and having the VA, we always had kind of the competitive nature to want to be the best. And I think it kind of carried over in a academia way when I got to college and took a couple of classes and got more into it. And of course, it's always a spiritual thing. You know, I mean, it comes from the inside, right? We all have it inside of us. I think it just takes a process and something really on the external sometimes to kind of motivate you a little bit, whether it's a teacher or whether it's a mentor, movie. All right, I mean, anything could really motivate somebody to move in a certain way. So my journey started about 2017, 2018, sophomore year of college. So that wasn't always so in depth.
I love your evolution, though. Your evolution to see you actually coming to your own. I'm like, man, you a man well beyond your years. JOK, stick around. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to talk about some football coming right up.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
All right, I let the boys talk now. The grown man.
Nah, that was very enlightening.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. That's my part of the interview I love.
A lot of times people don't get to see the players under the helmet, you know, and to understand they know more than football.
Right.
They're more than athletes.
Exactly.
Now, just talking about this athlete, though, JOK.
Yes.
And JOK, I had you, even if we weren't going to get you as an interview today, I had you slated as an unsung hero because a lot of times with the defense, you're in a position where if you don't make the play, a lot of people don't realize you are the cause of an interception. You were the cause of a forced fumble or a play that broke down. Now, you made a lot of plays, but I don't feel like your name is being heard enough because the amount of times you're making a quarterback get rid of the football, throw a bad pass, and then a Newsome or Emerson or Denzel has an opportunity to make a play. Talk about this last game versus the Bears and the impact that not only you had, but the defense had on the game.
Yeah, and even to start off, I feel like in reference to statistics, a lot of the greater defenses, you don't necessarily see like one player over the other, stats just chop off the page, right? In the greater defenses, you see a collective effort of different players contributing in a wide factor. And even in the small factor, as well as the coaches. And, I think our whole entire organization has really stepped into a certain type of culture that has allowed a defense like what we have to really flourish. And there, in the Bears game, you kind of saw it at the end where we finished very strong. I mean, we were doing well all throughout, right? But I think what is the testament of a team is when they hit that tribulation at the end. How clutch can a team be when their backs are against the wall, 17-7. It seems like the energy is down. I think what was the rating of possibility to win? It was 20% or something like that, 10%.
Yeah.
Something crazy like that, right? And I think that's what really defines a team is when they hit that stone, and it seems like the stone can't move. And ultimately, we found a way to pull it out. All credits to whether it was defensive line, whether it was the corners, the linebackers. A collective effort, truly. I just played my part in it. I did what the coaches needed me to do and tried to execute as best as I could when my number was called.
Now, is that culture, is that reminded, is there a player on the squad on defense that when you guys get down, because I had several guys come on and say when the problems happen, even Joe Flacco even mentioned like, man, it seems like they thrive when they get down. Like they don't kick in. It's like you guys are, as soon as something y'all backs against the walls, y'all ready? Okay, we about to do it. Y'all tap in. Is there a player specific that says, all right, guys, let's get it. Let's lock in. Or do you guys just know what time it is and just go to work?
Yeah. Well, and what's crazy? Usually on certain defenses, you could probably just pick out some guys that when you watch, I'm talking from a spectator's view, you probably be like, oh, yeah, looks like this guy, is in the middle of the huddle again, and he's talking to him again.
Right.
And then there's another guy that talks to him again. But for us, on the sideline even, you see multiple guys speaking, whether it's Miles, whether it's AWOL, Taki, some of the DBs, Emerson, Grant. It really is, it does vary to a degree. And that's how you know that you have something special. I think that, again, not to toot our horn, because we're still processing. As you see, we do make mistakes. We do allow the offenses to score. And not only with that, I feel that a lot of times, when you get to a point where people are looking at you as the number one defense, even though you don't see that much commotion and talk about the Browns defense, but statistically we are still number one. We still have that mindset. Like, is this all y'all want to be?
Right.
You know, is this all you want to be? You want to be, so-called number one, not necessarily finish out the season strong. How can you continue to keep yourself at that level and do things in a superior manner, as Coach Schwartz always emphasizes?
That's good, Maria. You heard that right. He said, we're number one, by the way, but we won more.
Yeah.
And I think that's so tremendous because, look, during the game, he was modest right there. He was like, yeah, teams score on us.
Yeah.
Actually, the Bears only scored 3 points on you guys.
Y'all was shutting them
and
down.
And it's nothing. I'm not going to bash the offense because, I knew Joe Flacco threw 3 picks.
Yeah.
Right? And
it was Pick City.
And it was almost like, go ahead and score like we were spotting them points.
Yeah, yeah.
But through it all, you guys, I'm not going to lie, JOK, I turned the game off a couple times because as a former player, my adrenaline, I can't play no more. So I'm like, I'm not that far removed.
Yeah. You don't really watch it as a fan. You watch it as a player.
Yes.
Like, I need to get in there and help.
I'm like,
man.
I can't do it no more. I can't watch it. Yeah. So I cut the game back on, and it's completely different. And I see your highlights. I'm like, oh my gosh, they back in it again. So I've been doing that because every time I cut the game, and I did that Baltimore too. And that's when Newsom got the pick, and I had to rewatch it. But I enjoy coming back to the game, and then it's completely different. When the offense struggles, because you talked about it's a team sport, when the offense struggles, do you guys have to understand? Because I know some of the younger guys too, you got to kind of be like, man, y'all know what time it is.
Yeah.
Like, I know they threw 2 picks.
Yeah.
And then the third, I know it's third picks, and they put them on the 5-yard line, ready to score. But we can do this.
But that's a lot of pressure having to make up for it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But they're tried and true. You guys have been battle tested. Do you have to? You talked about the culture. How difficult it is to keep doing it. Y'all, you've proven that you've done it. Mm-hmm. But you guys got to keep doing it sometime. And then that's when Flacco, he takes over at the end because y'all gave him a shot. But how difficult is it? Like, man, because I know sometimes with a better offense with the injury, it comes easy. But how difficult is it, when you're down, you're trying to get back and they throw another pick?
Oh, well, I think it really comes back to the culture. It comes back to the team. It comes back to family. Not only that, but it comes back down to all of the work that we put in the offseason. I know, Flacco wasn't necessarily with us in the offseason, but we've created a culture to where it is a plug-and-play culture. Whether it is the mindset, the attitude, the tenacity, the accountability that we have, that everybody must accomplish their 111. And if somebody, may take a step back, another has to be able to pick that person up. We hold to a high principle. If anyone's on the ground, stay on the ground. Allow one of us to come pick you up. And I think that is psychological in the sense that, we live that. So if the offense may be having a tough day, or the defense may be having a tough day, of course we're called on. Even special teams may have a tough day sometimes. We're all called on to be able to pick up the burden for our brother and to make theirs light. So whatever we can do to do that, I think you saw that pure representation of that in the last game. But again, we didn't get a stop one time. The offense had our back. The offense may have did something. We had their back. Special teams, got the fumble back from
That's huge.
See,
that's huge, man. You see how he said
they brothers, they have each other's back, and you a better man than me, because I'd be like, I'm out here fighting for my life, man. You done threw 3 picks, man. Y'all gotta lean so hard on the defense like this, man. Y'all sorry,
but man. They not like that, because losing teams do that. Losing teams have a culture of that. And it's guys like
you calling me a loser?
Nah,
I just said I ran track. Track is like an individual sport.
You ran your
You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to depend on
years,
nobody else unless it was a relay.
Right, JOK.
You call me a loser?
JOK, her last track years was in her sophomore year in high school, man. You gotta call a spade a spade.
I was still good, though.
You made the newspaper one time. Let's not get into that.
Hey,
no,
I love what you said though. How is y'all just have each other's back, because we have been relying on the defense a lot this season. Y'all been overworked.
it's been time I wanted to just see the defense.
I need to go in there
because
go on
you
strike.
guys were more likely to score, and they did.
Need to go on
they
strike.
were more likely
Demand
to
more
score.
pay.
Stop
Demand
it.
more pay.
No, don't
Sit
do
out.
that. Don't
Let's
do
go
that.
back to Ghana and we let them send the checks and then we
No,
come back. Oh,
stop
no.
that.
Okay.
We gotta let Jay. So JOK, we got one more. We're gonna let you go, man. You got a team coming that you're going into Houston.
Oh yeah.
And no one knows if it's going to be a CJ Stroud or our old friend that used to play with us here at the Browns, Case Keenum.
Case Keenum, oh yeah.
Right, Case Keenum. How are we approaching this game versus the Houston Texans?
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to the Jags game. Going into the Jags game, we didn't have any real certainty on whether Trevor was going to play or not. So we were really preparing for multiple different outcomes or multiple different situations. And that's what we'll do with this one. I'm sure that Coach Schwartz has a great plan to prepare for CJ and then also to prepare for Keenan and anything else that, may happen or any other situations. I know they're dealing with some injuries on the offensive side of the ball. So we'll cultivate the game plan according to that. But again, I mean, the ultimate game plan revolves around the same thing. When we do our job, we win. And that's what it comes down to. Can we do our job better than the opponent? Can we create more turnovers? Can we stop them more times than they can stop us? Because ultimately the game is about the protecting of territory and the taking away of territory. And that's just what we're planning to do. So.
Easy does it right there.
See.
JOK and fans and viewers, man, y'all make sure y'all check out his outfit to see what he gonna wear.
I can't wait to see.
Buy his jersey. I want to see more JOK jerseys out there. He has been balling ever since he put on the Browns uni.
Hey, how you celebrating the holiday? Do you celebrate Christmas?
Josh, no.
Yeah.
Josh, no.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure because you look like you look like you eating good. So we know you're gonna get a good meal somewhere. I love it.
Oh, he'll get a good meal. All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us. Look, enjoy your day off and good luck this Sunday.
All praises.
All right.
Awesome. That's Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. We can't wait for great things from him.
Unsung hero.
Yes,
I'm so glad
unsung
he
hero.
can make it. Yep.
And with that, we're going to take another commercial.
We'll be right back.
Break.
Nice.
Yeah, that's JOK. And
Yeah.
guys, he is just one of the guys that's electric out there. He stops guys in the backfield. I mean, I wanted to talk about his celebration that he does.
Mm-hmm.
He has a nice celebration that he does when he makes a tackle. He gets all crazy. I think he does some type of bow or curtsy or something with his feet that he does, and that a lot of the other guys try to emulate.
Right.
And I'm gonna put that on social. But he is a guy that's been a force for this football team ever since he joined us.
Right.
One of the linebackers that I say that he's our cheat code when we go against a mobile quarterback or a talent, because he has such agility that he can have be the run stopper in the backfield,
Right.
or he can cover a running back,
Right.
or a tight end that's good, a potential like a Kelsey or somebody like that. So
Right.
he is the guy that he's a dynamic player for us. JOK, I was glad we had him on the show.
I love it. It seems like, though, when you're on a team and you got a force like Myles Garrett, you can sometimes be overshadowed by his athleticism and the attention that he's getting. But I think the ones that know, when y'all watch the game, y'all know who out there doing that job and putting that work in. Yeah,
absolutely.
So it's good to see him.
And I like just the intelligence that he dropped on us as well.
I mean, he's so serious and focused. I want to just tickle him, laugh.
You want
Go on,
to tickle
JOK, go on.
Oh my God! But linebackers need to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
We said that about James Harrison with the Steelers. Remember, he played at Kent State with me,
Right.
and it was always serious.
Mm-hmm.
Even at the Pro Bowl, we like, hey man, we out here with orange hula shirts on, and we had the flowers on, and James Harrison was out there like, yeah, man, we're everybody. I'm like, relax, man. But JOK is focused.
Yeah.
He's in season.
Mm-hmm.
He's a man of solitude. Like, you
Right.
see how focused he was and how direct he came with a lot of his answers.
Yeah.
I love how distinguished he is too. And I
Yeah.
can tell he's a leader on the football team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was refreshing to get him on. And I didn't want to divide the team
I don't think it's no.
No. I mean, like, and I asked him certain questions about Flacco throwing in. It's because Flacco has been playing really good for us, right? Mm-hmm. But he had 3 picks.
Yeah.
He still, with the help of the defense, he still was able to overcome and lock in as that super veteran quarterback that we wanted him to be. He still was able to lock in.
I think my thing, though, I'm asking you because as a former QB yourself, where those 3 picks, where's that coming from? What is that? He throws a lot of tight passes, too.
Correct.
It's like, oh, my gosh.
He is the super veteran like a Brett Favre when Brett Favre was still playing in his later years. He wasn't scared to throw interceptions, but he was throwing these tight window throws. Yes. And these veteran quarterbacks, they're not scared to throw the football. Yeah. Sometimes to their detriment. Where other younger players like, I can't squeeze it in. Yeah. They'll take a sack or try to throw it out of bounds.
Right.
Where Flacco gives us an opportunity to actually win the game.
Right.
If we didn't have Flacco, it's not too many quarterbacks.
I'm going to get it up in there. You better get it.
That can squeeze it in. If you see that pass that he threw to Amari Cooper, it's not many quarterbacks that could throw that pass on a tight rope, on the money like that to give him an opportunity to score the touch. That was so huge for us.
Right.
That gave us the opportunity to come back and win.
Right.
That tied the game. Yeah. Without that tightrope pass, things weren't going well for us. David Njoku stepped up. Tremendously. Yeah. And it was because of Flacco staying in the pocket, completely doing what he needed to do, getting hit after the throw to deliver the football.
Y'all stressing Flacco out, though, because, I mean, when he first came in game 1, he had a nice beard all shaved up and trimmed, all cleaned up. The man done let it go.
He looked more like Coach Kevin Stefanski now than ever.
He ain't grooming nothing. Like, man,
we stressing Flacco out, man.
I need a cigarette or something.
She said Flacco need a cigarette.
That was some tight shots.
That's Coach Stefanski, but can we afford,
like, we in playoff contingency, can we afford those picks like that? You can't be playing around like that.
My answer to that is yes.
Tougher teams.
My answer to that is yes. No, not against the tougher teams. We can't afford it, but we made it happen.
Yeah,
he threw 3 picks and we still won against a team like Chicago Bears.
Right.
Now, the deeper we go into this, they have the Jets still. I don't believe we could do that against the Houston Texans and win. We have to eliminate turning the ball over.
Right.
And Joe Flacco knows that. I want to give a few bench strength, a few more attention to certain players that don't get enough attention.
Okay.
Bench strength. And I accredit this to Andrew Berry. When we talk about bench strength, these are players who coming off the bench through injury.
Right.
We are the most injured team in the NFL right now. Most of our cap space is on IR. So most of the money that we're spending on players, they're on IR.
Right.
So guys like DeAnthony Bell, defensive back, came in the game making plays, had 2 big stops in the backfield, defensive knockdowns in the secondary. Guys like Ronnie Hickman, he was a guy who we was big on in preseason. We talked about him on the show, and we talked about him, Ronnie Hickman, and Austin Watkins. But Ronnie Hickman is getting an opportunity because of injury, and his play has not dropped the quality of the defense,
right,
which is huge. And we talked about it with JOK. They all lock in. So DeAnthony Bell, Ronnie Hickman, and the guys up on the front line, I mean, they're just playing tremendous. And we can't forget about Dustin Hopkins. Dustin Hopkins and our punter as well. I can't pronounce his name, Bororquez. And that's
this sound about right enough. To me. Sound
Corey,
about right?
Corey, Corey, we got to give him. He gave a funny interview.
He did
in the locker room. I just bust out laughing.
What'd he say?
Dustin was trying to bring props to Corey. He was like, "Man, we can't forget about our punter doing great things." So then Corey says, "I'm just the guy that holds Dustin's balls." That's what he said.
20 seconds. Did he say pause? 20 seconds? Anything?
No, he didn't say pause. He's the holder on field goal.
But the way you say it, you can't be saying you hold the man's balls.
Like that.
He said trying to be funny.
He said, "I'm the guy who holds his balls." I laughed. As a guy, I'm like, Corey, that was a good one. Yeah, that was funny. A good one right there.
It's good
but shout out to Dustin Hopkins. My question to you, Maria, my question to our viewers, can we start mentioning Dustin Hopkins in the same vein as Phil Dawson?
Absolutely not. What? Are you serious right now?
It's a question for the fans.
We gotta go to break. I think Josh been smoking something during these commercial breaks.
It's a question for the fans. He's a Pro Bowl kicker right now. He's making everything.
I got to take it back to church.
He's breaking records right now too.
There is no way.
There is no way.
You can't compare to Phil. No, you cannot compare to Phil Dawson. Not right now. Phil Dawson put his time in. He put his years in.
I'm only asking.
Consistent season after season. It was times when I knew that Phil had to kick the ball. I went to the bathroom. I went to go get me a beer. I don't even really drink beer all the time, but when it was cold outside, I'll go grab me a beer from the concession stand.
So Old Faithful. Because you knew he was going to make it.
You have to prove I need a few seasons in to
so
even,
that's the only difference.
To even start that. So how dare you, Josh?
A few seasons in for the Browns. A few seasons in for the Browns.
How dare you?
And then we can start mentioning Dustin Hopkins in the same vein as the Phil Dawson.
How dare you?
How dare
I'm calling Phil. You know I know Phil and his wife Shannon.
I just asked
I'm
the
gonna say
question.
Josh talking mess on our show.
I apologize for the question. And with that, we'll take a commercial break.
Be right back. I can't believe I'm calling Phil and Shannon.
Don't call Phil, please.
We Facebook friends. I wonder if they got to
Please don't call Phil. I was just joking. No, it was a question. I think it's a valid question because Dustin Hopkins.
Get the viewers talking. Yeah,
Dustin Hopkins is playing really good right now. I put my.
That's just your way of saying you're proud of him. He's doing a great job.
Really proud of him. Corey Bororquez. I keep messing his name up. Bororquez. I think that's right. I think.
Charge it to his head, not his heart. We don't mean to mess with it. I was calling Joe. I was saying Flacco instead of Flacco last week. I'm like,
last week. I was like letting her say it.
Sometimes you got these ear things on. You don't know what you're saying.
I was letting you say it, but I did with JOK. I did talk to him about what they plan on doing against the Houston Texans because I'm not sure if they're going to see C.J. Stroud or our old buddy Case Keenum. And he said they're still locking in. You know, that happens in the NFL where you don't know what quarterback is going to play. They still got to lock in and play their best on the road. Our defense needs to prove right here, right now, this week, that they can play well on the road. They're number one. JOK said it. But they have to play on the road. Defense is supposed to travel, so we need them to do that.
If our offense wasn't doing so horrible, would our defense be still doing great? Or is it because we're relying so much on our defense because our offense has just been out of whack all season?
No, I think the two go hand in hand still. Okay. So our offense can still do bad and our defense still play lights out because we've had defenses that weren't this good.
Right.
We've just been getting blown out.
Yeah, okay.
So our offense
be able to stop the ball.
Just will contribute to us having a low scoring game.
Okay.
But I mean 3 picks and they only put up,
Yeah.
I mean, they playing tremendously well. So my typical bet that I made this week, Joe Flacco throwing at least 2 touchdown passes. He did that. Browns defense getting 2 sacks at least. They did that. At least a turnover. We did that too. The only thing we didn't do for our rushing yards is get 75. We didn't even get 75 rushing yards. So I think that's a tribute to our line. They're trying to pull together. We have 1 starting lineman this week because of injury that played in the game. 1 lineman.
1, man. We lose
that was a
them.
starter.
Yeah.
1. So I think we have to keep that in mind when we talk about Coach Stefanski as a coach. We talk about this team. We talk about Flacco getting sacked and throwing picks. We're down to 1 starting lineman from this season. And, the injuries are killing us right now.
Right.
And hopefully we can get that part together that we can solidify them because they're doing their best.
Yeah.
And only Teller was the only guy out there who started the season.
Could you imagine how we would be killing it if we had our... if they weren't on IR.
I don't even want to imagine.
I know.
With a Nick Chubb
it'd be lights
healthy.
out for all y'all teams.
Yeah, I can't even
AFC
imagine.
North.
Yeah, I can't even imagine, man.
It'll be over for y'all.
It would be, right?
But you know how that is. Injuries definitely gonna happen.
And Maria, you was telling me about the ticket prices.
Yeah, you were saying Sunday had $4 tickets.
$4 tickets.
Have you ever remembered a time to where prices have been for the Cleveland Browns fans? Have there ever been a time where the tickets were as low as $4? I think you said the Atlanta Falcons were playing the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, that's what that is.
And the tickets, right there. Okay, there it is. And the ticket prices were as low as $4. Now I know we got some season ticket holders that watch the show.
$4.
What's the lowest price you've ever paid to watch a Cleveland Browns home game? I want to know.
That's a good question for our viewers because it puts in perspective. when you see our team, and sometimes our team may not be doing well.
Right.
There's always worse. We got to put this into perspective. Just think if somebody ran up to you and be like, man, here, I'm going to give you 5 free tickets to the game. And people like, nah, I'll pass.
Okay.
They couldn't even give the tickets away.
Sundays belong to the Lord.
That's what they're saying.
I'm just saying.
But they're $4.
$4, that's crazy.
And people still was turning them down. Like, where the tickets at? On a $50 line, first row, $50 line.
Oh, now come on. I'll be outside I'll be scalping like.
They still was like, nah. Let me coach him. Let me call a player too.
Are the Carolina Panthers, they doing that bad?
They doing that. They might as well let fans call a play.
$4. What's the lowest price you've ever paid to get into a Browns game? I want to know. Look, we got to go to break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, now, Josh, I don't know what JOK's belief system is, but you always call me the Grinch and Krampus and all that. So I don't feel bad. I don't know what he does celebrate, but I want to be on that side.
He's a Muslim.
Okay, so then Kwanzaa, something?
Yeah, that's not Kwanzaa, but anyway.
But what I'm saying is, why do you Krampus. I just don't get.
Maria doesn't get in the spirit. Look, I don't need you to believe in everything.
I don't need you to shame me.
But if I'm your husband and we have children, and they want a Christmas tree, and it's love and the joy.
Those kids with those smart mouths, they don't deserve no gifts, no way.
Maria don't.
I got a gift. How about the lights?
She gonna be one of the ones.
The lights are on in the house. You know what a gift is? Those meals all that food in the pantry in the refrigerator. That's a gift.
Maria,
your daughter,
of the ones.
She just got a new car. That's your Christmas gift right there. I'm tired of it, Josh.
Well, what you got for me?
Well, I just got a quick question.
Go ahead.
Men, what do y'all want for Christmas? I know y'all say y'all sick of being overlooked in the household. When it comes to Father's Day, all I get is the same ties and some. What y'all want? Y'all want a grill? What do y'all want? I know y'all don't want no socks.
We don't want no grill.
Y'all tired of the cologne. You don't need another wallet. What do y'all
grill.
Because the reason why y'all feel like y'all overlooked.
We about to make us cook. We'll talk about a grill,
right? We want them roasters and those
We don't
slow
want
roasters.
no grill.
What do men want for
Christmas? Utensils. That's like saying, I'm going to buy you a vacuum cleaner and an apron.
Because y'all are kind of like.
You making us cook.
Honestly, I know y'all think y'all simple men. I don't know. Y'all hard to please. What do you want for Christmas?
Girl, the thought counts.
I thought about getting you some socks and a tie.
Don't think that low. You got to think higher than that. The thought that you want somebody to put in on you, you put it in on them.
I know what
you used to tell me.
I know what
no, we don't want that either. No.
You don't want that?
You give it to us every birthday. We get that. We don't want that. We had that already. We need something else. You used to tell me
you ain't had it this way.
Listen, you used to tell me that I would have to look at your Instagram browser or your browser history to see what you or your cart.
Or my cart to see what I haven't checked out on yet.
Do some research. Do some research. Yeah, you see what I like, my shoes that I have or whatever. She need to do better.
You didn't want another wallet?
She needed a wallet.
You didn't want no tie, no cologne.
See, you like the parent that... My mom did that on Christmas.
Some dress socks.
My mom got me underwear,
what your mom
long johns, because it was cold outside.
The necessities.
I was so mad. I was like...
What, you want a bike? You want a Huffy? Josh
opened just a little bit to see what it...
You want a beach cruiser.
I threw that joint down like... the meanest face.
Okay. All right, I do a little digging this time, but I want to ask you before we go. This is our last show before the holiday. What's your favorite Christmas movies?
Home Alone. And Scrooged.
No, I like Scrooged.
Scrooged.
I like Elf with Will Ferrell.
Elf, yes.
Okay, I always make this confession every year, and please don't kill me. I'm from Columbus, Ohio, not Cleveland, Ohio, but I am an Ohio girl. I have never watched The Christmas Story in its entirety.
Blasphemy. Get her out of here.
Don't disown me, Cleveland.
Get security.
Don't disown me. I love
blasphemy.
Y'all.
It comes on. How can't you see?
You're going to shoot your eye out, kid.
No, you just know from me saying that. You ain't even say it right. You
okay, so Josh,
your eye out. Come on.
And then remember Ralphie was eating the pig. Okay.
Because we did it on TV.
Do you think I need to watch it in its entirety or the highlights?
I think you need to sit down and watch it in its entirety. And I know.
It's 3 days. It's 3 days long.
No, it's not.
On TBS it is.
It's not.
Every time I turn on the TV, it's on. I'm like, that's a long movie right there.
And the house is right around the corner in Cleveland, man.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Oh my goodness, y'all.
So what are you looking forward to for Christmas? Real quick. What are you looking forward to? So under the tree, real quick. Let us know.
Nothing. I want a vacation. What's your favorite Christmas song? this
vacation.
Christmas. Hang on the mistletoe.
Nah, the Mariah Carey joint.
I'm gonna get to know you better. Guess what?
This Christmas.
Look, we love you guys so much for watching. Make sure you have a wonderful holiday. We'll see you right back here next time on The Return with Josh and Maria Cribs. We love y'all. Happy holidays. And this Christmas.